Good afternoon and welcome to this month's edition of the Sounds from Scotland. I'm really excited because now we're on the countdown to Tartan Week. And part of the key programming for the American Scottish Foundation is our programming at Bryant Park. This is community concerts that are free for everybody to come and enjoy on Friday, April 14th, 15th and 16th. And we're so honoured to be joined by so many great pipe bands. From Scotland, we have St Columbia Pipe Band, Oban Pipe Band, and the Morrison Academy, along with the police, the Scottish Police Choir, and many more. And of course, all the way from Australia, I think you have been hearing word of the Sydney Pipe Band, who will be joining us out here. And kicking everything off will be Craig Weir, Master Piper, who will herald the start of the Tartan Day observance on Friday, April 14th. And so let us begin by catching up with Craig, who we will be seeing in just a few weeks. And now let us join Craig Weir for this next segment from Sounds from Scotland. Craig has been coming over to the New York Tartan Day Parade week of events for several years. And we're very fortunate that he joins us every year to kick off the observance, which we hold on the Friday prior to the parade to mark and explain and remind everyone of what Tartan Day is all about. So, Craig, hello.
Hi, Camilla. How are you doing? You all right? It's great to be here.
I think I need some water.
Sounds like it.
I do, yes. Craig, you've been coming over now for 10 years, I would say. And
2015 was my first year, yeah, so 8, although minus
really
1 because of COVID.
But your involvement with Tartan Week is growing and growing because you're now bringing back your band, Gleadhraic. I'm saying that wrong, I know. Who really are the most fabulous band with a great brass section and lots of oomph. And so you're going to be doing a series of concerts yourself.
Yeah, that's right. So we're bringing the band over. Gleadhraic will join us first of all, and we're starting off in Philadelphia actually as a bit of a warm-up show on the Wednesday night before we head into New York City for Tartan Week. The band we've been across, we played in 2017 and 2018, but it's obviously been 5 years since we've had the whole band over in the US. The guys are so excited, raring to go, as we would say. And yeah, it's going to be great. We're really looking forward to coming back over and playing to the audiences in New York because they are the best, of course.
But also what we know you best for prior to the band is your wonderful piping. And you've been piping all over the world and with some very important observers as well.
Yeah, I've been very, very lucky and fortunate, and I suppose many would argue that you could make your own luck, but some of the opportunities that I've had around the world have been really, really amazing, really, over the years. I suppose playing for His Holiness the Dalai Lama was the first of those. I've had numerous involvements with the royal family. Most recently, I played for Her Majesty the Queen at Balmoral last year, just 3 weeks before her tragic passing. And then I've had the opportunity to collaborate with lots of different artists, from Queen and Adam Lambert through to the Bay City Rollers, and lots of different people in between. And there's as you've kind of touched upon, there are lots of different projects on the go right now. As you say, I've managed to spread my wings a lot over the years. I'm actually in Berlin next weekend for a concert before obviously coming over to the US, and then the rest of the year is looking just as busy because there are some of us going over to Barbados for the Celtic Festival there in May, and then some festivals and things through the summer as well.
Well, why don't we now hear a little bit from
Gleadhraic.
And then let's return for another chat. welcome back as we continue our conversation with Craig Weir. So Craig, in addition to coming over and playing the pipes at Bryant Park and playing also with the band, that you're going to be doing with the band, you're going to be down at Alan Cummings Club, aren't you?
Yeah, so obviously, first of all, I love playing in Bryant Park every year for the American Scottish Foundation. It's always a great event there to, as you would put it, herald the day for the observance. But exactly that, I think it's really important to kind of develop your own events and your own sort of things in order to build the program further for the festival through the week, I suppose. Last year, following having met in New York City actually several years ago, Alan Cumming had suggested that we put on an event that we dubbed Craig Weir and Friends Tartan Week Hoolie at Club Cumming. Now, as it turns out, the history of Alan and I go back a long way because we're actually from the same little village in Scotland. We went to the same high school, but obviously he's got a few years on me. So it's really special for us really to be putting on this event in his space. The event last year completely sold out. It was a real success. And this year, we're hoping to do the same thing again. Obviously, the band are going to be involved this year, but there's a great lineup of musicians. It's a bit of a late night party, starts at 11 and runs through to 3 on the Friday evening. And there's a great programme of musicians playing. Some of the top talent in Scotland, Hunter and McMustard, Alan Frew,
who you introduced us to and are playing with us on the Sunday.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so Hunter and McMustard.
Thanks to you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. The Lorettes as well, fantastic group as well. Alan Frew, Jamie McGee
playing with us as well that day.
Lots of different musicians, yeah. So and as you noted, I'll be there with my own band as well. So it's going to be a great night.
I don't know if I'm going to get there because I have to be down at the park again on Saturday morning, and then getting into parade mode.
You'll be tucked up, Camilla.
But maybe I'll have to. I think I've got to try. But I'm so grateful to you for now bringing over and helping guide Alan Frew and Hunter and McMustard and others, because you are really helping to foster so they understand and learn how to navigate Tartan Week. It's not easy.
No, absolutely. And I think, like, I remember myself obviously coming over in 2015 and the importance of networking and meeting people and making those connections, which I'm still continuing to do in many ways, you know. But actually being able to support my friends, colleagues, fellow musicians and whatnot, to do the same is really important to me, so that they have the opportunities that I've had, and also to develop New York City Tartan Week as an ongoing festival that we want to continue to grow and expand as well, you know.
Well, we're very grateful to you. Thank you for popping in to see us. And will you now let us know a final piece of music you'd like us to close with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think we'll play Transformation Blues by Gleadhraic.
Fabulous. So we'll see you very soon. And
absolutely.
and let's circle back around. You've got so much coming up. I'd love to hear a report from Barbados, from the Highland Games you're going to be up to down there. And we're so grateful for all you do for all of us. And we're already discussing what we can do to help hear from you about other new bands that want to come over and how we can all help them. So thank you.
Thank you, Camilla.
Hopefully you know me by now. If you don't, I'm not doing enough on these bagpipes. I'm Cameron Steer. Now's probably a good time for me to give you all my highlight of the month, my song of the month, and my artist of the month actually as well. So as many of you know, I have autism, Asperger's syndrome, and change, and a lot of the changes life can present on a good day are quite challenging to me, and the way I deal with them, with my mental health. There are a lot of changes going on around me, and I used to use music. I used to use a lot of other kind of coping mechanisms, ice water dipping, etc. To help me manage a lot of that, a lot of those negative parts of it. But yeah, as I say, music, learning the bagpipes, but also listening to music has really helped me. A song I heard at Tartan Week last year, or after Tartan Week, when I actually started listening to this artist a lot more, was Mirrors by Craig Weir and the Kabbalistic Cavalry. This guy's a fantastic musician, as you know. He's like the ASF's bagpiper. We have great links with him, and he's a great guy. I'm lucky enough to know him personally, and I really do enjoy listening to his music and a lot of the messages that he tries to get across and the way he uses music. So yeah, Mirrors is a very uplifting song. It's the way I interpret it is when there's hard times, when you're going through a bit of a difficult time, take a look around, take a look at the situation, but then take a look at yourself, and take a look inside yourself, and what that reflection is really like, and that should give you direction of who you are, where you're from, and where you're going. So yeah, this song is a beautiful song. I'm really excited to see this guy at Tartan Week this year. Yeah, here we go. Mirrors by Craig Weir and the Kabbalistic Cavalry.
When the world is upside down and your feelings all messed around, find a way to express yourself. Don't let long get you down. When you feel it all out of place and you just need time and space, like a snake shedding its skin, you can find a new way to begin. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall. I know that you can't hear my call. I stand back and show the truth, a new way out there. People you meet in new places you've been. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall. Know that you can't hear my call. A torchlight through the wind and the rain. You guide me through each day of pain. When you doubt the human race and you need a different pace, find a way to inspire yourself and put a smile upon your face. When you're feeling all out of touch and it's all become too much, like a butterfly leaf in its cocoon, you'll be flying away again soon. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall. Know that you can't hear my call. I stand back and show the truth, a new way out there. People you meet in new places you've been. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall. Know that you can't hear my call. A torchlight through the wind and the rain. You guide me through each day of pain. When you get what you want and your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at at yourself and see what the man has to say. When you get what you want and you struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what the man has to say. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall, and know that you can't hear my call. I stand back and show the truth and new ain't nothing. People you meet in new places you've been. We know that smoke screens and mirrors on the wall, and know that you can't hear my call. A torch light through the wind and the rain, you guide me through each day of pain. Ba-da-da-ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-da-ba-da-dum.
And now, continuing with our roll up to Tartan Week, we join Marjorie Stewart, who heads up Shot of Scotch, who will be leading our dancing on the Fountain Terrace and opening the programming on Saturday, April 15th. And so over to Marjorie.
Hello, and welcome to the dance segment of the American Scottish Foundation's podcast, Sounds from Scotland. I'm Marjorie Stewart, and today we're chatting with Sophie Stephenson. She's a percussive dancer from Fort Augustus, Scotland. Hey, Sophie.
Hi, Marjorie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Sophie, can you describe your dance style and some of the many influences that developed it?
So I do percussive step dancing, and I started learning dance when I was just a wee girl. I think I was 2 years old or something, and I did ballet dancing, and then a wee bit of tap dancing, and then some Highland dancing, and then I think I was about 10 when I started step dancing, and I'd be learning through the local Faoisin, which were kind of 5-day long tuition festivals for young people, and you can do music and all the Gaelic arts and shinty as well, Gaelic drama, Gaelic language, Gaelic song.
Wow.
Fiddle, pipes, everything. So that's where I started to learn step dance. learning these old steps, which at one point had travelled from Scotland across the Atlantic, and then we were relearning them in this context where I was very much immersed and surrounded by traditional music sessions. My parents have a hotel, and we used to have lots of jam sessions, so I was very much engaging with the music scene as we have it here in Scotland, and kind of incorporating these old steps. Also, I do concerts with my group, Trad Beats. I work with a beatboxer, Big Taj, who is fantastic, and then also Gaelic singers. So I've been working with Ailey Monroe. She was a mod gold medalist a few years back now, and I've done several projects with Ailey, as well as Deirdre Graham, who's also got a fantastic podcast, Gaelic Song Stories, you should check out, as well as a lovely album not long out, and also Catherine Tinney. So we kind of combine vocal harmonies with the rhythms of the beatboxing and then the rhythms of the percussive step dancing, and I also do some body percussion as well. So
oh wow.
Yeah, so that's fun, and we did a
So I know you're going to be in New York next month, and I hope that you get to meet lots of people, and we get to meet you from the New York Scottish community. So what do you have planned for your visit?
So at the moment, I'm actually doing a postgraduate master's degree, a research master's with Solmarostig and the University of the Highlands and Islands. So I'm actually following the steps. I'm researching the life and the lore of it actually is my great-grandfather's brother, Angus MacLellan, who lived in New York City in the 1920s and 1930s. So I'm going to be getting my head down and doing some research. But also while I'm there, I'm going to be presenting the story of Angus at this transnational gale. So the presentation will be at the Taylor Pub on Tuesday, the 11th of April as part of Tartan Week. But also, if there's anyone that can't make it along and perhaps they're listening to this podcast and they maybe have a story to share about Gaelic or the Caledonian Club or societies or Scottish immigrants, their own relatives, or a story they've heard from the 1920s and the 1930s, then it'd be lovely to hear from anyone who might want to get in touch. Just drop me a line. You can find me, well, Sophie Stephenson, if you put my name into the old Google, I'll pop up. So on Facebook, Instagram, my website, or however you fancy getting in touch. So yeah, so I'll be doing that. So I'll be, but I'm also, I mean, it's Tartan Week, so I'm hoping to join in the celebrations as well. Maybe head along to the session at the Iona pub as well, and see what's happening there.
Thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you for participating in the Sounds of Scotland podcast for the American Scottish Foundation. So
Thank
wonderful to have you here.
So much for having me, Marjorie. Hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
This is the segment of Sounds from Scotland where you get to watch me make a fool of myself trying to learn this fantastic instrument that is so important to Scottish heritage, my heritage. In the spirit of learning the bagpipes off the cuff, we'll try it. Okay. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, I'll deliver you the basic scale with this new adapter on it. Or maybe I won't. Thank you for watching and listening to Sounds from Scotland this month. I'm Cameron Steer, and please somebody help me. We're getting there. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Cheers.
And so, as we close this episode of the Sounds from Scotland, let us wish everybody a wonderful Tartan Day on April 6th, and hoping you'll be joining all of us massing in New York on April 15th for the 25th anniversary of the New York Tartan Day Parade.